And welcome everybody to this episode of Seafarer, the ship sim, with me, pcsimguy. Alright, we're back to carry on our shipment from the last episode. And we are headed to our second stop. So in the last episode, we had one stop, or we loaded up and traveled to one stop, and now we've unloaded there, and we just exited the bay, and we're headed to our next stop. So we're 12 nautical miles away. And yeah, there's the bay that we're leaving, and we're headed this way. Now we're going to take a left. I've got us mapped out. I'll pull up the map here in just a second so you kind of see where we're headed. And the marker is about to be right ahead of us. So we're going to cut down the turn here. And pull up the map. So there's a sound. This is where we're headed. We're headed out. We're staying in this deep water here, coming around, and then all the way straight in. So, wind today 13 meters a second, coming out of the southwest. We're currently at 17.6 knots, 17.5 knots. That's at 100% throttle. We'll straighten out the pods and kind of see. It's taking us a little left, so give it a little left. Over here. A little more. Back it off. So we got a tug right there. Looks like we're going to take a right-hand turn, go around him, just to be safe. And that worked out perfectly because we hit our first waypoint, and now we're headed to our second. Now the wind's coming out of the north. And it's pushing us the opposite way. There's another boat over that way. Oh, is that a pylon of some sort? Interesting. Ooh. These waves are pushing us all over the place. So, as you can see, we've still got a decent load of cargo on us. We do have some upgrading to do on this ship. Hopefully when we finish this mission, we'll be able to do a little bit more upgrading. take a look at the tablet. So it's 13.5 to upgrade the Herbert here. We only got 4. We also have the Archer purchased, and we only have 1 star on it. Durability 94, 99, 94% on fuel. We've got a couple extra resources of everything. So, pretty good that way. Alright, I think we've got this course about figured out. Alright, so Teddy's delivery service. That's what we're doing. And no crew yet. That's going to be next. We could always take a loan if we wanted to, but we haven't had to touch it yet, so I'm trying not to. And we're level 6 working towards level 7. And here we are in the map. The first waypoint was about here. Now we're on the second. And I'm going to do a bit of a time lapse for you guys until we get to about here on the map. And I'll cut back in. And we'll have some action for you. Alright, so I stopped the time lapse here, even though we're not exactly where I said we'd stop it at. But I wanted you to see the conditions have just changed. We were just at 13 meters a second for the wind. We were doing over 17.5 knots. And boy, the wind picked up to 27 knots now, or 27 meters a second. As we start our turn in, our slow, long turn in. So we're pretty much headed this way, and we just made this turn to come in. The next will be a pretty dramatic turn, then a less dramatic turn. But yeah, you can see we've got white caps now. I do not see any rain or storm as of yet. Let's hop into this view. Depth finder, 147 meters. To lose your sense of scale on a ship like this. Thank you very much for that. Alright, we'll take the steering back. We'll do a couple of horns here. Like I said, the weather's getting bad, but could always be worse. So we're pretty much headed almost dead into the wind. But the sea did change for sure. So yeah, I'll let you get you guys back in the time lapse as we cut through some waves, and we should be getting close to port here the next time I stop, unless something major changes. Alright, so welcome back from the time lapse. As you can see, we're pulling into the bay now, into Helgen Bay. We've got a couple waypoints still yet to go. We got some boat traffic coming out of Helgen Bay to keep an eye out on. But we're headed in the right direction. As of right now, we're 6.6 nautical miles into the port, which is not bad whatsoever. But we know we do have some commercial and private shipping out here, so gonna need to pull a lookout duty here. See if we can't. Ooh, man, when you zoom in, gotta zoom out to move it around. Be super right. Oh, forgot about the pods. Alright, let's get back on course here. Depth finder saying 193 feet here. Still in the deeper section. And I've done that on purpose. I just wanted us to stay out of the shallows for sure. As we don't want any damage to our ship, and there's no need to be going into the shallows anyway. So, having to compensate with left rudder as the wind's 27 meters a second still, but it's coming out of the east-southeast, which is exactly perpendicular to the way we're headed. So we're trying to find the direction of the pods I can leave it at to kind of keep us on course with as little tweaking as possible. Looks like this might be the place. Six nautical miles. Okay, we do have, looks like another one of the buoys here. And a shipping boat there, looks like. Or some type of boat. And then a cruiser just parked there. Looks like they're both just parked there. But boy, did we come close to that. That may be a fishing thing. I don't know. I don't know what that is. But pretty sweet. Don't really see any other traffic. We need to turn back to the right here. There's the cruiser. There's the other two boats. As we're headed back to our correct heading, which is just off of due south. It's more south-southwest than anything else. We're still at full throttle. Doing 18.5 knots, so we've picked up about a knot and a half here with the tailwind it's given us, but it is getting dark, so let's get some lighting on, please. Nav lights on. I do not have the outer deck lights on yet. We'll turn those on as we get closer in. It's about to be, let's see, 5 o'clock local time. And we're back down to 17.7 knots.
Let me know if something doesn't go to plan.
Alright, Mrs. Moreno. But right now, everything's going pretty good. As you can see, we're just off the shoreline there, which was the plan, to stay just outside the shallows. And let's look at that depth finder now. Yeah, 164, still in the deep. And coming up on 5 nautical miles. As we head to our next waypoint, which is closer to due south. And then I think our next one's going to pull us even closer into south. I mean, towards the southwest, which is where the port is. And yeah, that's going to be pretty much our last major turn. Other than that, it's just going to be a little bit of correction all the way into the port. So we've got 2 boats, 1 yacht headed directly our way. Houseboat. Oh, sweet. So there's a sailboat, a cargo ferry, luxury yacht. So we saw the cargo ferries. What I couldn't figure out, it was so low, though. We got a sailboat coming on our rear. Alright. Let's get back on course here, guys. When we finish this mission, we're definitely going to look at hiring some type of crew, maybe to be able to take the wheel every now and then. And we're 4.5 nautical miles. Wind has slowed down to 10 meters per second. As you can see, the seas have calmed down quite a lot, which is great for us coming in. We're at 16.8 knots right now. Need to be doing better than that, but we're at full speed. We have 3/4 tank of gas remaining. The engine's doing good. Hull is doing great. We're looking really good. And we should be getting pretty close, and we are, to our next waypoint for our final decent sized turn to the southwest. To put us headed dead towards the port, pretty much. So trying to figure out, curious as to the missions after this cargo mission, what's still available. Coming up on 4 nautical miles out of port. Wind's still down to 10 meters per second. We're up to 16.9 knots. Alright. Discovered a point of interest, Helgen Bay. And turning back right now for our last large turn. We'll be just in about 210, 215, something like that. up to 17.5 knots as we have the wind due at our back here. Trying to make some adjustments on the pod, just keep us pretty straight.
Don't worry about the weather. The cargo restraints can handle it.
The weather, it was much worse. Oh, it's raining now. Looks like it's raining. Is that what I'm seeing here? Maybe. Little left rudder here. And we'll smooth that out even. And we're 3.5 nautical miles out. Back up. We're at 17.5 knots now. And now that we're here, we do have some boating traffic. I'm switching on the outer lights, deck lights. Outside. Let's look and see. Should have a boat right off here to the port side, it looks like. Yeah, I can make them out. Is that him? Yeah, there he is. Looks like a tug and a little speedboat or something. Alright, need a little left rudder, get back on course here. And we're 3 nautical miles out now. She's a nice boat. Let's take a look at her from the front. As you can see, we got our lights on, interior. Got our nav lights on. There's the green and the red. And we got the deck lights on. So it's going to be pretty hard to miss us once you get a little bit out there. Should still be able to see our lights. Radar scope is clear. 0.3 nautical miles.
It's important that you stick to the schedule so you don't trigger a chain reaction.
I don't think we're too far off the schedule because we've been booking as best we can. If we could upgrade the ship a little bit, I'm sure the speed would be even better. But we need money to do that. And that's why we're running this route to begin with. 2.4 nautical miles. We'll do a couple horn beats. right turn. Got the wind at our back again. We're up to 17.7 knots. Still 195 meters to the ocean floor. Making out a red light there in the distance, dead ahead. And starting to see some shoreline, it looks like. I don't know what that is. Alright, we're 1.8. That must just be shadows on the water. But, that's what it is. Just shadows. Playing the tricks on the old eyes there. And coming up on 1.5 miles out. And we're going to swap to external view from here on out. And I'm going to go straight towards the marker now and give up our waypoints here. Alright, we're out of map view there, and headed in. Curious as to where they'll have us. As you can see, we've got this marker right here, but really won't be able to tell till we get closer in here. Still moving at 17.6 knots. One nautical mile out, sounding the horn. There's a lighthouse there on the right. You can see it spinning around. That's cool. I don't remember seeing one elsewhere. Could have been there. Maybe. But I don't think so. I see some cranes on the right and some cranes on the left. And the wind's changed down to 8 meters a second coming out of the east. Which is a lot different than what we were dealing with. Half a mile out from the bay marker, then we'll still have a little ways to go to pull up to our dock, but not too much further. We'll be talking hundreds of meters, of course. Ooh, the wind's out of the southeast now. Just hard to get this thing lined up and keep going in a straight line for some reason. Well, the current, the wind, all that. And we've got these big containers on the back, so it's not like we're super aerodynamic. So it's definitely going to have something to do with it. It's a cool lighthouse there. Got some wind turbines off the starboard side here. And we are in Hellinghagen. Okay, so we don't have far to go, less than a mile to where we're going to dock. It's going to be over here on the right side, so we'll swing out towards the middle of the channel since there's no other boats I can see. Just check on the radar. Nothing. Yeah, I think we're good. We'll cut down to 3/4 speed. Give a little right rudder here. Back straighten her out. Entering that side of the port. Making our presence known. There's a sailboat off to the port side. Nice bridge over there. Got some smokestacks at our 11 o'clock. We'll turn a little bit more here. I'm getting better at knowing when to stop the turn and straighten out the pods. Alright, down to half. Right there goes our sailboat. It is currently 11 o'clock. Wait. Yep. 11 o'clock at night. So hopefully it will be parked about midnight. And down to a quarter. We're at 10.6 knots right now. We'll give just a little left. Kind of line it up how I want it. It's all about timing here. Start the turn, end the turn. And it's going to be the second crane where we need to stop at. So that's why I'm kind of handed into this first crane area and then straighten her out. We're at 4.9 knots. We're at about 10th speed right now. No, we're not going to be docking here. We'll give it a little left. Oh, that was way too much left. There we go.
You shouldn't overdo it.
No, I won't. Trust me. I won't. Alright, I'll straighten her out. Let her get in closer. Just barely any throttle at all. We're down to 4 knots. Go. Nice and easy, baby. Come on in. 3.2 knots. Just a little more throttle here. Bringing her nice and easy. Keeping an eye on the port side. Eye on the port side. Stall. 2 knots. 1.8. Almost in, ready to dock. We are docked. That's it. We are docked. That was a great intro. So, we've got some work to do. Let's swap out. Oh no, we got actually before we do that, we got to get out here and we need to unlock and remove some stuff here. Open. 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 Side. Let's go on this side. Take that off. Bring this up. open. Alright. We are ready to start unloading. And we're going to get the liquid gas container first. This will be on the far side of the ship. There she is. Dropping her down. A little left. Perfect. Attached. Coming up. Back. Moving forward. Stop. Turn down a little bit. Perfect. Very nice. Moving out, get one of the 2 ISO containers we'll be delivering. Attaching, attach complete, retracting. Lowering. Detached, and for number 2. There she is, attaching, connected, retracting, and we'll deliver this container now. Attaching, retracting, and we are good. Beautiful. Teddy's delivery service complete. We got $2,700 and 180 XP. Well done, pal. So let's hop back in our ship here. Take a look at old Tabby. Freight ship has collided with the sand bridge during a maneuver in port. Freighter seems to have become lodged under the bridge, and as a result of the collision has caused a fire in adjacent industrial area. Thick smoke can also be seen from the bridge. The fire department is having difficulty tacking on the fires. From the land, we need to support them in the water. So, I'm thinking this is the one they want us to use. Alright, we're hopping into it. Yep, this is it. Where's the fire location at? There it is, over to the left maybe. Oh man, this thing is a beast to steer. Woo! Man. Alright, I see it. We see her there and we're coming for ya. 0.07, 0.6 nautical miles away. We're headed your way right now with the fire boat. So we've got, on the bow, we've got 3 sprays what I'm hoping we can do is get up here and anchor. And, oh yeah, look at the ship where it hit the bridge.
A freight ship has collided with the St. Benedict Bridge during a maneuver in the port. The freighter seems to have become lodged under the bridge, and as a result of the collision, has caused a fire in an adjacent industrial area. Thick smoke can also be seen from the bridge. The fire department is having difficulty tackling all the fires from the land. We need to support them from the water.
Fire usually consists of several places that need to be extinguished. When you hit a fire with extinguishing water, a bar will indicator appears above it, which decreases. Hold on to the fire until the bar indicator is completely empty. The fire is extinguished and the indicator disappears. If there are several fires next to each other and you cannot extinguish them quickly enough one after the other, there's an increased risk of reignition. In heavy seas, you can drop anchor to prevent your ship from drifting away. Alright, so we want to go to the land fires, is what it sounds like. Oh man, I wish I had more time to get used to handling this boat.
We just received information about the burning factory building. Apparently, large quantities of chemical fertilizer are being stored there. Fertilizer is highly flammable. You must extinguish the fire immediately to prevent greater damage.
Alright, we're working on it. We're working on it here. Oh gosh, man, this thing is hard to deal with. Let's turn her around. Where's my anchor at? Let's anchor right here. Alright, we're exiting the sea. Open the door. Headed out onto the deck. You can use the water cannon. Press A to activate the water. Use L to aim left or right. Use L to aim higher or lower. Water pressure, left trigger, right trigger, B to exit control mode. Alright, let's go on the bow one first here. Yeah, we're not close enough. Alright, we're gonna leave that going. We'll have to pull up the anchor and get closer, which is what I thought, but I didn't know for sure, so. Okay, anchor up. Stop rocking on me. Turn. 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 Stop it. Alright, there we go. Let's just get up here a little bit closer. Turn it a little bit. There we go. Keep going. Okay, I'll stop there. Alright, anchor. Can I anchor now? Anchor. I'm going to have to use the mouse to get this anchored. Okay. There we go. Alright, let's get back up to the bow here. Whoa, why are we going forward? I anchored it. Stupid. Right there, right? Alright. Really good. Okay. Water gun. I don't understand why... I don't understand why it won't stay in place when I anchor it. I've anchored it. Oh man, this is very frustrating. Alright, we're going to go out here and then come back around. So that's the only way I can really... The anchor. It's hard moving from that big ship that barely moves to this, but when I anchor it, it doesn't stay like I thought it would. Okay. Let's get this over here, see if we can't start fighting this fire from here. Oh! There we go. go. Oh, I messed up with the rudder. Come on, baby. Come on. Alright, come on, baby. We're almost there. Ah! Dang it. Okay. Alright. Here's what we're going to do. I'm turning all these on, and they're all going to point straight. Okay, let's get back in. Let's try this again. end this session on that. I've got some training to do, but boy, that was a lot of fun. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss another episode of Seafarer the Ship Sim, LSPDFR, with our new mods, Policing Redefined, and much, much more, as well as Firefighter Simulator Ignite. This is pcsimguy, signing out.